Hello and welcome to session 4 of the Motivation, Ambition and Resilience pathway of your PDE curriculum. In today's session we're going to be thinking about what success and failure actually means and understand that we'll experience both in our lives. Before we do this, I'd like to quickly recap what we did in the last session in case you've forgotten or you weren't in school. Firstly, we listened to Martin Ashton discuss his positive mindset and how he turned his negative situation into a positive one. We then thought about times in our own lives where we overcame difficulties and turned negative situations into positive ones. Finally, we shared the factors that help us to overcome these challenges. Now, here is part 3 of Martin Ashton's story.
And I'd come out of hospital inspired by that, and with that energy. So I come out of hospital inspired and with a mantra, I guess. I used it a lot. It was, if I'm going to be paralysed, well then I may as well be really good at it. I may as well just be the best one I can be. Get in that top 100 is what I was thinking. It started with the basics, things like this escalator. Started with the basics, but like I said, I really wanted to be as good at this as I could be, and I thought sport was where I was going to find my niche, and use some of the experience I've had in my riding career. So I started hunting around what sports could I try, and I tried loads of things. I tried hand cycling, and I tried tennis. Have you ever noticed though, wheelchair tennis players, they've got to hold a tennis racket and push a wheelchair? Which is like, that's 2 things, so I couldn't do that. I could hit the ball on the spot. I couldn't. What else did I try? I tried basketball, but I couldn't throw basketballs before my accident, and the chair hadn't improved it, so I didn't. But I did try wheelchair racing, which is what you can see here. This photo sort of annoys me, actually. It's a 100-meter race, and I'm the person there with the black helmet, the little red line on it, blue T-shirt. I'm lined up, ready. The girl just to this side with a pink-purple helmet and pink-purple matching wheelchair, right? She beat me. She's 12 years old. Yeah, all right, wait. All right. She beat me by 60 meters. Yeah. So, kayaking, right, is a really cool sport. I love this photo. I went hunting around on the internet trying to find something else after the wheelchair racing disaster, and I found kayaking. He pushes me out, okay, and I'm strapped in with this big Velcro strap so you can't fall out of the boat. I float out a little bit, and a bit of a wobble, and then it just goes bloop up the other way, and I'm literally sat in it, perfectly sat, right, but the bottom of the river's there, like I'm upside down, like, actually I didn't have the oar, I was just like, oh my God, I'm like looking at mud and fishes.
So, as we've just heard, Martin Ashton was motivated to find a new sport that he was good at, and despite all of his attempts and hard work, he failed at absolutely all of them. For today's reflection task, I want you to think about the following statement. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Firstly, I want you to decide, do you agree or disagree with this statement, and why? Secondly, I want you to consider if Martin Ashton lacks resilience for failing so many times at the different sports he attempted. So I'd like your tutor to please pause the video here and give you all the opportunity to discuss and write these things down. Hopefully you've all had the chance to consider the quote on the board. Often with this we get a mixture of people agreeing and disagreeing. On one side of the argument, as we discussed in session 1, it's the repetition and the practice of a skill that helps you to improve. So trying again and again is only going to make you better. On the flip side of this, as Martin Ashton experienced, sometimes it's okay to accept that you're never going to be elite in a skill. What is most important is to recognise that despite all of his failures, he didn't stop trying though. Even though he failed, I'm sure in all the time that he spent participating in these sports, he did see some improvement, however little that might have been. Again, just because you haven't succeeded at something, it doesn't mean that you never will, and it's important to be resilient and keep on trying, or you'll simply never improve. Now, for the second reflection point, some say that Martin Ashton has demonstrated resilience because despite his accident, he is motivated and determined to find a new sport that he can be successful in. On the other hand, some people argue that he has no resilience because he's given up on all of the sports that he's tried since his accident. Again, if time permits, your tutor can pause the video and let you debate these ideas. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you look forward to the final session next week.